All right, audio check 1, 2. Looks like we're rolling, guys. Welcome to today's live stream. Give me 2 minutes here to set up. Um, and we'll kind of do a quick kind of overview of what we're expecting for today's trade. Let's give the market like 10 minutes to warm up to like NFP and post NFP. And then we'll kind of talk about potential setups. Okay. I guess before we start off, anyone here catch any trades in the morning at NFP or before NFP? It looks like good morning. Good morning, Alex. All right. So this is where we're at here. Top left, daily. Okay. We had a huge open from an RTH perspective. Look, this is 300 points here or 240. Okay. Same thing. Very large. What does that mean from an RTH perspective? If we think about some of the rules that ICT created, everything above 120, don't expect a major retracement. And if it's like above 200, expect price to continue to pushing down. Those are just general rules there, but we have to add a bit more flavor to that. From a daily perspective, this is where I see like the draw on liquidity for myself today. These relative equal lows, it's 200 points away, very reachable. Okay. Do I see price going back up? It might come back up, do some damage and come back lower, but like this is my general draw for the day. Okay. 4-hour perspective, like looking at the daily here, any other fair value gaps I'm worried about? Nothing really. We have some mean thresholds of wicks and whatnot. I'm not going to draw them all in, but this is something that oh, you took the same style as me. Congratulations. Yeah, it's pretty clean. I liked it a lot. We got relative equal lows here. 4-hour chart, and good morning, Ella, as well. 4-hour chart, again, we're kind of entering the zone here. We do have a new week opening gap of 714, which is not this week. Last week, it's the week before. Okay, so this is going to be an area that price might reject. So when we're taking shorts here, just watch out for this area. We'll clean this up on the 1 minute in a sec, but that's something that we will be watching out for as well. What else do we have here? Okay, let's now dig into the 1 hour. So you can see here price in the past, it rejected this daily fair value gap once, twice, 3 times. It finally broke below it. We have a market structure shift, like the spike to the upside, liquidity grab, MMS, and now we're pushing lower on the 4-hour. And I think this is going to be our next. So I think shorts are high probability in general versus longs, right? Like that's where I'm weighted to. And then if you look at the 1 hour here and how these 1 hour candles are reacting to this daily fair value gap, look how nicely the bodies are closing relative to the fair value gap here. Okay, so that's kind of what was my primary reasons for taking a short. I really wish I held it longer, but I didn't want to risk price opening up to the upside, doing some damage. Like all this is like, resting liquidity here and then pushing lower. So I'll take my essentially it was like a 2-to-1. I did scale in as well during it, but pulled in roughly 450 there for that quick trade per account. And then again, price right now it's digging lower into this area right here. So on the 15-minute chart, 930 pre-930 highs have been left here. They did take out liquidity. So like this is all liquidity here that was taken out. We're 6 minutes post open. I don't see like a trade set up yet. So like we're not missing much, even though price is climbing lower. And then price pushed down lower, right? So price right now is pushing into, what is this blue bar here? I don't know what this is. Let's see if, oh, that is a big eyeball. It looks like this is a new week opening gap of 7.7 and 7.14. Okay, so the reason why I had to manually map one of these new week opening gaps of 7.7 is because just my indicator wasn't doing it for myself. So we have two new week opening gaps right below us here. Could we get a rejection from here and push up higher? We could. So as of right now, going long into this might be a bit, or sorry, going short into these areas might be a bit tough. I'd have to get in at a higher price, break even, and then just hope that price is going to break through it. 5-minute perspective, you can't see it because my face is blocking it. I might honestly move my face up the top right so all of you can see the 5-minute candle, but I'll do that at like a later time. But all in all, here on the 1-minute chart, so let's focus on the 1 minute here. All right, huge RTH gap. We pushed the low end. No fair value gaps have formed yet. Like we're waiting for that first presentation there. One of the key morning first presentation gaps was the 6 a.m. first presentation fair value gap. You can see how price respected it nicely. Like it was reacting to it. Then once I kind of saw this manipulation to the downside, manipulation to the upside, and the inversions of these two levels, that's what gave me the confidence to take the short all the way to like this 830 low ultimately. And right now, price, you can see here, it pushed down lower. It never hit the new week opening gap of 7.7 or 7.14. You can see here, we got some key levels here. What are they? Monday's first presentation, don't care about that since it's 2 weeks ago. That's a really old fair value gap as well. And then 9/11, I don't care about 9/14. Okay, so that's a lot cleaner now. Use this first. Yeah, these are some really old levels from old trading. Let's get rid of all that. We don't need that. And the level here that we're really kind of aiming for is this right here. This is going to be our draw on liquidity for today. And why is the line so long? Draw on liquidity. Let's do that. All right, that is that better now? There you go. That's our draw for today. Okay, that's at least my draw, a high probability draw. Let's put an eyeball here so we have some focus there. And then all in all, are we going to get there? Like, the question is when are we going to hit it? But right now we're kind of entering some key levels here. So remember, for us to get in, we ultimately want to see some manipulation first before kind of going in. If this continues to draw down lower without giving us any kind of entry, then so let it. But we do have to wait for premium price action. Do you have a video teaching how you trade? My trading type is discretionary. I use many concepts here, and just over the years, I just get a feel for it. I don't know if I can quantify it, but like model wise, it's finding areas of liquidity or inefficiency, seeing manipulation, and just finding price, going towards it. How you see structure and liquidity. I might create like a video there on structure and liquidity, but yeah, as of right now, I don't. But that's something it's a good idea, Alex. There. But you can see here, price opened up here to the downside. Something that's, in terms of like longs, seeing something like this where RTH isn't even like being touched. Like this is bullish, right? But again, it gives an opportunity for price to go back into and start breaking into it. But first presentation, we have it for the day. It's right here. So one of our key levels of the day, it's going to be right here. Today is NFP Friday, guys. So technically I shouldn't be trading today, but if there's something clean, we'll take it. 8-1. And then right now below us, we got these two levels. So right now we're breaking into the new week opening gap of 7.7. then frick, I don't know if price is going to give us an opportunity today to even get short. But just the stop has to be well protected and we want nice RR. Those are like the two conditions, right? It would be nice to see price bounce off of this, give us a rejection off of the first presentation here, and then drop lower. Like, do I see? It's tricky. When's going to be our push on liquidity? 950 to 1010, right? Do we have any use today, guys? Have you guys checked? Let's see here. Forex Factory. Forex Factory. We have 10 o'clock news, red folder news, okay? So that is going to be our catalyst for the day. Man, 1.8. It's funny, if I would have held this trade, it would have been, instead of a 1.8, it would have been a 6.5, but it is what it is. I can't change. I can't be that greedy and just say, oh, what if I held this or that? IFEGs, I use everything. I use IFEGs, breakers, just like what's going to kind of create a story for that moment of the trade to take the trade lower. You can't trade ICT being super like by the book, like price has to do. You could, it's just you'll take very little trades. You just have to kind of, it's more of like an art than a science. I used to be very technical and like use like support, resistance, bear flags, bull flags, specific rules. That never worked out for me. And then I moved into this kind of discretionary trading, where is price likely to draw to, where the manipulation is, and try to get in with a safe stop loss. That's really it. Morning super Bartek. But all in all, right now price is hitting the upper end of the new week opening gap of last week. We want to draw it out on the 1 minute so you guys can see it as well. This here, this is going to be, I'm going to label as blue. This is going to be new week opening gap of 714. Okay, so these are like the two levels here, and then like the last little level, and this is definitely a push lower. So macro starting in a couple of minutes. We got red folder news. Global stocks drop after Trump raises tariffs on more than 90 countries. Let me see what's happening on financial juice here. As soon as I look at like just what Trump's doing to the markets as well. Yeah, this drop, guys, this drop is looking a bit too healthy. We just want to see come up a bit and just let us participate in. 5 minute chart. I mean, if I squeeze it like that, like looking at the 5 minute, you guys should be able to see that here. We've got like, this is like the breaker here. This is the bearish breaker. So price right now is approaching mean threshold of new week opening gap. It's definitely just shooting down. Like retail traders chase price. Oh, hey, Joe, that's a new name. I haven't seen you before. Welcome to the channel. You can see how many fair value gaps we're creating to the downside here, right? Indicating definitely bearish pressure. But like if I were to take a trade from like a right, like where would you put your stop? Like there, and assume that price is going to break the mean threshold of the new week opening gap and push lower? No, because it can definitely push to this one. It can push to this one. For me to have a safe stop, it would have to be above first presentation. Okay. Right now, just because we've dug past the first new week opening gap, let's see how we close against it. But let's wait for, again, wait for the retracements. And if we miss price, we miss price. But I'd rather take a 5-to-1 here than a 1-to-1 here, knowing that there's a really high chance of me getting stopped out. Right. So for me, I would be stressed. I would be gambling here. That wouldn't be a proper position from where I'm at. Right. 5 minute chart. We got 5-minute fair value gap right here, which formed, right? Price right now on the 1-minute chart, it closed below the new week opening gap of 7.7. It pushed up higher right now. And look, you can see like right now how this is forming. It would be nice to start seeing candles close back into here. And then maybe like a really aggressive rejection off of this level, but we just gotta wait here. Here is the mean threshold of the 714 new week opening gap. You can see it a bit better on the top left here. And those are like the key levels here that we're targeting. But right now, I have a feeling it might just drop from here, but I cannot faithfully participate in this. I'd have to risk capital knowing that there's a chance of me getting stopped out. Just assuming a push lower here, but you can see price here pushed up higher. Let's see how it's going to reject this mean threshold here of the new week opening gap of 714. It closed below it with a wick higher. If I were to be taking this, it'd be like really tight, obviously, like that, assuming that that's the high of the, you know what? Let me take a small trade here. This is going to be the trade. This is the assumption that it's just going to drop from here for a 3-to-1. High risk trade, in my opinion. I'm just leveraging some of the wins from earlier today. 779. 7. And I'm going to break even very soon. And I'm going to trail my stop as well really quickly here. So I don't want to see it breaking that bullish order block there. It pushed higher. I rejected it. And right now, I don't want to see it drop lower to 7.7. What level is this? 7.7975. And the bias here is I tried pushing higher into the new week opening gap of 714. It failed to do so. Bodies closed below it. It's pushing lower. Very scalpy position here. Now I want to see the low here break. I don't want to see any resistance there. If it bounces off of this, it's gonna take me out. I just want to see a clean cut below the new week opening gap. And if we get a 1-minute closure below here, I'm expecting a drop lower for the full position size of it's a 3-to-1 essentially. I like how this 5-minute candle closed here, very bearish into the new week opening gap of 714. It's just the one thing I don't like about this trade is my stop loss placement, but that's just the risk I'm going to take here on the 3-to-1. If I get stopped out, I'm okay with that. I just don't see a retracement all the way here. And if it does, then we're going to take it again, right? I don't want to see price creeping back up into the upper half of this new week opening gap here. I think my stop loss is at a decent level. If it's going to push here, it's going to push a lot higher. Right now we're in the macro. What does the macro do? It starts hunting liquidity. Let's see the 15-second chart here. Again, I like to be honest, guys, I am uncomfortable with the short, but again, I don't want to see price get above mean threshold here on the new week opening gap. This is where I want to see price start pushing lower. A good rejection there off of the 1 minute. I want to see this candle close like this. That would be really nice to see. Now with this push, we want to see price break new week opening gap low, close below it. That's going to give me a lot more confidence that we're going to get into 780 here below us. Very nice close on the 1 minute. What level is this? 780 on the dot. So let's target 785. One tick higher. That's a very nice rejection on the lower half of the new week opening gap from a 1 minute perspective. They rejected this bearish order block here, the downside. And I just want to see price displace lower now. We're in the macro. There's news coming out in 7 minutes. If I want to be a bit more aggressive with my stop loss, I can definitely put it there. The assumption is that price is not going to break above this aggressive rejection here on the 1 minute. But for me, that's just going to be 50 bucks. So I'll keep it where it is right now. I'm happy with this stop loss here. And then right now, first attempt here is I want to see a 15-second candle close below, which we might get it in the next 30 seconds here. Right now, price on the 15-second chart is at the cusp of closing below that line. Once I see one candle close below it, it gives me a bit more confidence that the 1 minute is going to follow, right? Price right now is very heavy. So we're in the macro time zone, huge levels of sell side below us, right? Let's look out for some levels here. We got a low here. That's going to be my break even though. Like once we pass this, I'm going to break even. And then we got some more levels here below us. All right, this rejection here, I'm a bit worried about it now. That I did not like. But we're going to keep holding here and see if price is going to want to push down lower. You do want to break even before news, or then you're just going to spike up and then just push price lower, right? 1 minute candles are still staying in the lower half of this new week opening gap, which is nice to see. I am in the upper quadrant of it. So again, aggressively stopped, but it is what it is. 15-second, I don't know, not showing me much. I'm just focusing right now on the 1 minute. We do have a mini 5-minute fair value gap here that formed, which is nice to see. It's just another barrier that price needs to break through to get through my stop, right? My stop just above it. And then we want to see this level hold here. We don't want to see a break. Price staying in the lower half here. All right. This climb higher, I'm not liking. But we're holding. 3.2 RR to 1. Price is just going to have to show us a revert, like signs of rejection of this mean threshold of this new week opening gap and just continuing to push lower. There you go. That's a good 15-second rejection there off of the mean threshold. I like how the bodies on the 15-second chart didn't close above it. Price is pushing below it. If it pops above this level, I think we're going to be out for a little bit. but that's okay. My confidence right now is 50-50. 50-50 on a 3-to-1 trade. So technically the odds are in my favor. Use it in how many minutes? 3 minutes here. Nice rejection once again. Here, I'm going to scale in once more. There you go. I scaled in right there. And now, oh, I can't believe news is just out in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to trail my stop loss to like the most recent highs on the 1 minute right before the news. Prevent me getting wicked out. That rejection's nice as well. Right before the news. This is showing me that news is going to push price lower. All right, 1 minute now till news. I'm sweating a bit. $30 seconds. All right, I will be moving my stop loss to above those highs there. All right, and news hit. All right, from now on, I don't want to see price getting to my entry again now. All right, I'm at break even now. And now price just has to do one thing. Just has to push. They hit level 1. It's a partialing opportunity right now. I'm going to partial out at level 2, 25% right there once it hits 802. I'll partial out one right at the 15-second chart. If I break a 15-second high, I'll partial out. It's continue to drop. So on the 15-second chart, there's one 15-second candle that is a bullish breaker. If it breaks that high, I will partial one out. That's my line in the sand there. If it hits this level right here, I'll partial 802. I already have a buy limit set there for one. $802.25. I don't want to see 15-second order flow being broken here. Bit lower price. All right, price is stalling on the 15-second chart. I'm going to do a 25% partial here. All right, so now I'm either winning or I'm winning. I'm going to take out a second partial once we hit 802.75. 802.75. I'm going to have a partial here as well. It's just more relative equal lows that we're passing through. And then the final position is going to be the lows here. All right. Should we hold it open for longer? No, I'm just going to let it take the last level here. It might revert from your level because there's relative equal lows here, and it might leave that for the afternoon session. Do watch out for that. If I see any 15-second market structure shift to the upside, I am partially out my last position. And I'm gonna do that right now, actually. All right, I have one mini left. I'm not gonna fight over $50 here. And then this is more of like, if it hits it, perfect. If it doesn't, whatever. We take out July low. Exactly. Yeah. So 75% partial right there. Right. $870 for the day locked in. And that's what I thought would happen. But we'll see here. My stop loss is right above here. So right now it's just price is just gonna have to either use this as a bearish SIBI and push lower, or it's gonna tag me out. And again, my risk. Oof. Still in the trade. Wow. Okay. So there's like a volume imbalance here that I just took out. Technically price shouldn't come higher. And maybe that was the pullback there, but let's see what price is going to give us. My stop loss right now is right above this high here. My confidence in it dropping to here is extremely low. I'm just in the trade right now. If I see if this candle closes below mean threshold, then I'll see that as a rejection and price is probably going to push lower. So let's hope for that, right? Did anyone catch this? This is a really tough trade. I was sweating. That's a bit outside of my risk tolerance, but I just like the risk reward and how bearish price was. It wasn't even coming back to reject left fair value gaps. Everything was a breakaway gap. Let's see what you guys are saying. Super Bartek, 712 this week, logging off, heading to the cottage. Have a nice weekend. Thanks a lot. Pretty nice gains there. Thanks, Muhammad. Yeah, July 17th low. Yeah, exactly. That's this right here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, July 16th low, and then we took out the Monday low, the 14th. All right, this is gonna tag my stop loss out for $6 here. I don't know how that works with Top Step X, but $6. And we're tagged. Okay. Trade's over. Pretty nice. I'm happy with it. Across my 5 accounts, almost 5,000. What is that? 4.5, 4.2. You do the math. So that was, and like what price did on the daily here? We technically have relative equal lows here. Like this is this still my draw? I think it is, right? Price is, I think, going to do some damage to the upside and then push lower. But I'm hoping the price continues to push lower. Okay. And when it does, it's going to leave us great long opportunities for the lunchtime macro. So what does lunchtime do? It takes away profits from the morning session. Okay. So let's theoretically, like this here, this was a really nice drop. Okay. And then I want to see price take out these lows and then kind of start reversing somewhere here, right? And then we start taking longs. And what ICT says, high probability longs are 10 o'clock highs. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. So let's keep hoping that price continues to drop lower. And then maybe we might have a market profile reversal later on in the day. And then would I trade today's afternoon? I don't think so. Friday at 1:30, I don't usually trade those. Did anyone catch anything this morning? Here, let me close that. 75% partials. Stop loss was there. And remember, guys, when you're shorting and it's so close to your profit target and there's already levels that it's tagging like this from like a daily perspective, partial. Because imagine being in a trade right now, it going to $700 or whatever amount. Like how many? Like imagine closing out 100, ticks or points, and then reversing, and that sucks. So, again, watch out for things like this. Over the last week, price has done this so many times to me that today I'm partialing out, not at my terminus, but on the way there. But all in all, what can happen next? Okay. So right now we're at the end of the macro of 1010. And we are going to see what else we can get for today. Pretty aggressive rejection. Looking at the 15-minute chart. So let's see in 4 minutes how this 15-minute candle is going to close. If it's good, and again, use mean thresholds as a way to gauge how strong or weak a market profile is. So you can see here, like we haven't even, like, to be honest, you know where I think price is reaching to right now, to be honest, if we're turning around this level right here. I think first presentation fair value gap, this is going to be a good level either now or later on the day. But right now what we have here is we have a market structure shift. So this is MMS. And then the trade was essentially something like this today. You guys know what my real target was, but for new viewers, it'll just make more sense without explaining myself. But this is a great level for times where we just blow past it, we reverse, and then we enter through. Give me 1 second, everybody. Someone's at the door. Looks like you guys can't hear me, so that's better. And then ultimately, I think longs here, I don't see us going, shorter. Like I think we did a lot of damage to the downside. We just did a market structure shift to the upside. It's actually this body right here, right? We push back lower. And now, again, a target that we could take is this right here. Like this is like the lowest hanging fruit that there is, okay? But we have to kind of watch out for it because we're in this new week opening gap. It would be nice to see in 2 minutes, this 15-minute close in the upper half. That's going to be like a really nice rejection, right? Like we're wicking lower, closing in the upper half of it. Price might, and then we want to start seeing these levels invert, right? So if we're truly bullish and we'll reach, it should be slicing through these targets and using them as inversions. What other level of inversions can we have today? This technically inverted in a really messy way, but technically it did. It broke out from it. This fair value gap here, this would be, price could dig into this for me and show me a rejection. That would be an interesting lock, right? And then I would have like something like that, like a 2 to 1, or maybe like a 2.6 to 1, something like that. Like that I would be happy with. Oh, thanks, Dal. I'm going to call it luck. Guys, my payouts recently have been insane. Look at this. Top step. I'm pumping out payouts every couple of days now on Top Step X. So let me share this with you guys. Here's some payouts I got over like the last 2 weeks. Share. All right, just make sure that there's nothing here that I should, but okay. This is like my payouts for the last little bit here. Right. So, and it's all about like these like little micro payouts, right? And I have some more here. But yeah, it's been a really, really good month. And I'm gonna start scaling up. There's this new prop firm that I found out about. It's called Funded Next. And I'm gonna be buying 12 accounts with them. So I'm gonna increase my account size from 5 to 18 in like the upcoming week. Drinks, yeah, drinks on me, guys. If you guys are in Canada, drinks on me for sure. But yeah, overall, and again, it's not about the payouts, it's about the process. Like this is the process, guys. And I've struggled for a long time in trading. And then over the last 8 months, this is where I'm seeing like true profitability. And it's really all about like managing your emotions. That's for me 60% of it. Trading in the right time, which is the other like 40%. And then you sprinkle in like ICT at the end, right? But just remember trading in the right time. Like look at this. Like when did this trade happen? From 950 to 1003. Right? That was the push. And if you look at my stats, and I stopped logging them a long time ago, but the majority of my winning trades are within macro times. Okay, so if you guys hit unprofitable trades, just just log them as, are you in a macro or are you not in a macro? If you're in a macro and price pushed, where did it push to? Was it the wrong level of liquidity? But usually between these times, it consolidates and it pushes at macro times. You can see here, price is slowly creeping up here. It's pushing right now above the new week opening gap of 714. And again, like you have to ask yourself, like, where can you put your stop loss that you are confident, or there's a higher chance of it hitting TP than stop loss? about trade day that they use Project X. What's Project X? Right. Frick. I don't know if I'll get it on this train, guys. Also, do not take one-to-ones. Those will blow you out. Like my strike rate is, I think, 42%. It's not even that high. But because of like these high RR trades, like above 2, it allows me to make money, right? So, oh, really? Okay, that's cool. That's cool to hear. I'm most likely going to get on I think it's called TradeSync, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here quickly. I saved it in my favorites. I have to double check, but there's this platform. It's called TradeSync. And what it does, it connects all of your accounts together. So when I'm going to be running 18 accounts at once, 5 of these will be through TopStep X, and the rest of them are going to be through like TradingView. So I take a trade on TradingView, it copies all the accounts, and that's where I'm going to have my Apex accounts, my funded next accounts, and then I'm just keep scaling in prop firm accounts. And the smallest ones, like 25K or 50K. And my strategy is keep risk low, have a lot of these accounts. And then once you do like a 1.5 to 2K payout, I guess 18 accounts, that's 40K in like 1 week. Do that for 4 weeks straight, 180K. Yeah, lockout features and all that. So that's good to hear. But for me, Dal, the like TopStep is going to be the last platform that I'll be using, like a built-in trade copier. I will try to use like TradeSync and NinjaTrader moving forward, just because it's easier for me to hit one button than have like 3 different platforms to click kind of long. But all in all, guys, yeah. But again, I think for beginners, TopStep X and like Project X is a great platform. Like it's sick. It's so easy to scale in, scale out. No glitches. Very fast stop loss management. It's really nice when we trade like this. The price you can see here, look what it did. It pushed higher. It rejected this SIBI here. It pushed lower. It's bouncing off of the new week opening gap high and above the mean threshold of 7.7. So here, to be honest, if price breaks above this might be my trade. Oh, 1-to-1. A second ago, I said don't take 1-to-ones, but because like once it gets here, price is gonna have to break back below these 2 key levels here, which is bouncing off of, which I don't think is gonna happen, right? Let's see here. Let's see how it's gonna close in 7 seconds. Closed above it. This should be invert. Close within it. Suspicious. This is a sus close, but I think it's going to push higher here. Let's see on the 15-second what it's doing. Or if it breaks above this and it trades below it, this is going to be my push to take out 930 high. So this is going to be like trade 2 here for me. If I see price wanting to get above it, closes it, uses it as an inversion or displaces away from it. Again, it's going to be really high into the overall like trade. Like we will be trading in a premium here ultimately. So do watch out for that, right? But again, this fair value gap here is going to be very strong for longs. And once it breaks, I don't think shorts are going to be taken anymore. I think from there on, it's going to be longs. See how this 1 minute didn't close below the high of the SIBI? Look how it reacted to it. It just closed right below it. And right now it's between these 2 key levels, right? High of new week opening gap of 714, mean threshold of 7.7, and it's just bouncing, between these 2 levels here. And it's eventually going to break out. I think it's going to break out higher than lower. But all in all, booking partials. What was your entry level, Muhammad? That was a sick trade, by the way, log. I wasn't dialed in yet for long. It's like my whole bias. It shifts slowly. All right, so to be honest, this is not bad. I'm kind of liking that. So on the 5 minute chart, you guys can see a bit of it. We cleared above this SIBI here, pushed above it. If we can kind of like push back a bit lower here and see some kind of rejection off of this area here, maybe even push into this like this here and push off of it, that might be, you know, a longing opportunity. Again, the reason why I'm not crazy about this here is because we're at these two key levels here that I want us to push off from. The price pushed into the SIBI, it came back down lower, took sell side liquidity here, and then this right here, to be honest, boys and gentlemen, it's going to be my long. Like, see if I can close above it. There you go, and I'm long. This is my long right here. Stops right there. Quick 1-to-1. 787. What level is that? 991. And I don't want to see price coming back down below that low there. We closed above it. This should invert right now and push higher. Right now, the time, you know what? I rate this a B- trade. Not in the right time. This is going to invert nicely. In 20 seconds, I want to see these bodies close above it. And then to be honest, entering now would be a lot better than when I entered it. I really thought it would just pop higher. All right, 991, we're coming for you right now. 991, 25, 991. So we inverted this. We closed higher with 1 candle, 2 candle. Right now, the next level of resistance is going to be the new week high of 7.7. Once I see a 15-second closure above this, it's going to give me greater confidence that price is actually going to push up. But so far, this here is nice. It's kind of like what I want to see, right? Here we took like minor sell side liquidity, aggressively pushed higher, confirming this is a bullish order block. Price is pretty deep here. I'm not going to have it at the lows here. And then we'd want to see price push up higher and tag the bottom of the first presentation fair value gap of today. Just a really bad time right now. Enter trade 1025. This broke one of my rules, to be honest. I really tried not to trade. This closed below, not liking it, but we're still above a lot of key levels, so we'll let it play out right now. This next candle here, if it closes above this level, that's a valid rejection, regardless of that candle there. There you go. We're reaching, guys. Confidence 80% right now that we hit 991, the bottom of this fair value gap. Gotta make sure it's the right friggin' the open. Yeah, 991.25 and 991 is our target. So far, this is looking really good. Stop loss can be moved up here. That's where my stop loss is now. Shouldn't hit that level at this point. So I reduced my stop loss by 40% there. And then right now price, the next candle, it should dig into 991. Let's go. Let's go. How many contracts do you trade? It depends on stop loss. I try risking between $200 to $300 per trade. And during Asia, I'm trading 15 to 20 contracts. Around London, 3 to 5. Right now I'm trading 5 contracts. Before I traded 4, 3, and then I scaled into 1, right? We want to see the high of this new week opening gap, reject price, and push it higher. If price reaches all the way down to my stop loss, whatever, I'll take the loss. But it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Where to reach to? Next level here. I want to see price push higher here now. If price pushes above this high here, I'm going to go to break even. And for that last little bit there, it's going to be either profit or takes me out for break even. I just want to see it close above mean threshold here. And then again, price shouldn't come back down so low. There's no reason for it to, but it does have to get to the higher end here of price action. This is like a vortex right now, just like pulling price, like black hole. For some reason, when I'm trading, I'm just not hungry. So I have breakfast here in front of me, but I just don't have any appetite until I'm done trading the morning session. All right, that right there. I want price right now to break through this level here. And I am going to move my stop loss to, do I move it to break even? Yeah, price. Yeah, I'm gonna. Because it's a 1-to-1 and it's almost a target. It's at break even right now, my stop loss. It's gonna have to break below the high of the new week opening gap of 7.7. It has to do a lot of damage here and push low. And if it hits me, it's probably gonna go lower. So I'm okay with a lot, like a break even there versus a loss. Capital preservation is the name of the game, guys. Perfect. Close on the upper half here, and then come on, take us home. I personally don't think it's gonna not touch it. I think it's gonna touch it. There you go. Come on. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm a tick away from being, and there you go. That's a trade, guys. All right. Do we keep going? Three winners in like an hour and a half. All right, so let's now, we're on a roll here. Let's see how price is gonna react to, so it sliced through all these levels. It wasn't like a clean slice. It had difficulties breaking these SIBIs. But next trade's gonna be like this, RTH highs, right? I'm like, this is like the draw on liquidity, right? Like, not for me. Do you guys think that price is gonna stop here and push lower? It could, right? Price can do anything it wants. But looking at probabilities, like here we got on the 15-minute chart, and I'm right now on the top right. Nice trades, thanks, Rada. Yeah, next position here is going to be seeing how it respects this level. If it breaks right above it, comes back lower and shows me some nice signs that, hey, I'm not gonna break through it. The only thing I don't like about this trade is that we are like, look, we've already, in this bullish run, we've already pushed up 200 points, right? And we're expecting price to push like another 75. That's the one thing I don't like about this, right? Everything else, we've done the damage to the downside. We took out liquidity, MMS, pushed to the upside. We sliced through the new week opening gaps. We closed above it. Right now, we're trading past the mean threshold of the 15-minute fair value gap. And again, the reason why I like this is because during regular trading hours, we have 250 points or 260, whatever, of price that just hasn't been traded to between 9:30 to 414. And this is a draw. This here is liquidity, okay? See if it copied. Good. 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 So, you know, looking at the 1 minute candles and just like how they're displaying over the last, so look at this here. Over the last 15 to 16 minutes, we haven't really created any fair value gaps. This is high resistance trading right now. Okay, so price is in high resistance. Right now it's 1030. And to be honest, this push that I'm seeing here, I really hope it consolidates, gives us a nice push around 1050 and then goes target. Or maybe it won't. Maybe we'll just push straight up right now. But this I'm liking. And then let's see if we can get a displacement away from this level and trade away from that displacement. Okay. That's going to give me confidence that price is rejecting it, inverting it, and I'm going to use it as an IFEG. And then my stop is going to be well protected, right? And then this is going to be our 3-to-1 trade, right? For the final. This is going to be my last trade of the day. And I'm locking out after this. So negatives here, we were to kind of write them down here. You know, time of day equals not the best. You know, price ran for, you know, 200 points. What's called in futures. I'm so used to ticks from Forex. And then again, we're just expecting the price will just run these highs here. So let's see what it's going to do here. Ultimately, it would be nice if price can just stall until close to 1050, which is this line right here. And then that's what's going to drive price higher. But right now, I'm personally going to wait a bit. And if it runs without me, that's fine. But I'll want this to be like at least like a B+ trade. Look at the bodies here. They're closing a bit above the first presentation, permissible. ICT calls this as like mohawking, like these candles giving us like a mohawk. This is a pretty aggressive mohawk by, I think, you know, like usually like a quarter tick is a mohawk for him. I have to double check, but usually it's just like very little, just a little like poke above it, and then right. Our price kind of pushed back into it on the 15-second chart. Yeah, I'm not, you know, it's right now price didn't show us explosiveness from this area. Like something, if price did this, sorry, one sec. Let me draw something better here for you guys of like what I'm looking for in price action, right? Price gave us like a displacement and then it created like a fair value gap here. Okay. And this one would be a blue because it would be a BISI. We would take what? Along from there to there. Like that's what it would look like. And this would be high probability for me, right? Like this would be like the fair value gap forming after here. This would be, and then you could definitely target. I think it's going to tap these 931 highs, but a safer level would be RTH lows, right? Like low hanging fruit. That's your objective. Everything here is low hanging that we took today. And this as well, low hanging. Like, could I have held this trade today? I could have. It would have been a 10-to-1. It would have been an insane day. But again, I don't have much. Every time I try doing that and I don't take out my targets out easy, low hanging fruit days, it stops me out. And then I'm like, well, why didn't I just, I just need to get through that first, exactly, Dal. It has to get through that first presentation fair value gap. And to be honest, this rejection here, I'm like, it's nice. Like, this is like acceptable price action. I just want to see like a decent close above it, and then we'll wait for a small retracement. Hopefully it happens closer to 1050, and then that's going to be our rocket fuel to take price up higher. There's a tiny VI. It's a little higher. Let's see if I... So I have the bottom. Oh, you're right, man. Look at that. Dell is right about this guy. So when there's a VI, let me see the open of this candle, 24, and the close. Yeah, so technically this is first presentation here, guys. Right now we're within it. That definitely changed my perspective on price. Thanks, Dell. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You are right. So first, I would not have caught that. But again, lesson for everybody here on first presentation drawings. When there's a gap like this, your fair value gap goes to the bottom of the gap and the high of the gap. This is a true first presentation, okay? All right, so now we wait. Now we wait. I think Dell just saved me like $300 across. So that right there probably would have saved me 1.5K. And sometimes I miss those things, right? It's completely normal, especially when it's like a quarter of a tick like that. But that's the true first presentation fair value gap today. See this right here? Price is definitely being a bit finicky. So today's stream is going to go till 10:10. At 10:10, I'm closing off for today. This is not a market profile for lunchtime reversals anymore, okay? If it continued pushing down, yes. Because it retraced like this, no. So everything between 11:30 to 1 o'clock, no interest. 1 o'clock or at 1:30, that's when the afternoon session starts. Am I interested in it on a Friday after making so much profit? Probably not. So mark my words, 10:10, I'm hitting the lockout button and I'm done. I'm going to tag this day as essentially $6,000 across my accounts. Yeah, I need to clear this. Exactly. So I am getting streamer fatigued right now, but we're going to do another half an hour here. See if we can catch this last run because it's clean. I like it. Everything about it I like. This even retraced me here lower I like. So like seeing price do this, like rejecting it, coming back up, and then finally breaking above from it. This is great. I like this market profile and structuring more than just like a blast through it. It gives me more confidence that my stop loss is protected, and this is actually being respected as a key fair value gap for the day. It's already 10:40. Yeah, I know. So in 10 minutes, this is where the magic should start. Right there. So there's half an hour left of trading in me today. Lunchtime macro starts at 11:30. And sometimes ICT started a bit earlier at 10:50, but like the rules, I guess, that I created at the end of all of this is like this right here, you know, it's I'm done trading. This here is, for those that don't know, where's my arrow? This is, we can remove that. This is macro start. And then let me see if there's any news. Usually there isn't 11 o'clock news. I can't even recall of a time where 11 o'clock news was a thing. No, that's it. Sunday's a bank holiday. And then Monday of next week, I'll, like, while we wait for price to just give us a bit more here. CPI on Monday, but that's for the franc. Bank holiday for Canada. Oh, nice. I'm off on Monday. So I'm not I think I'm going to get pulled out from my family to spend some time with on Monday. So I don't think I'll be trading Monday, guys. Tuesday, we got 10 o'clock. So Tuesday's a good trading day. Wednesday, no news. Thursday, no news. Oh, 8:30 unemployment claims. So Thursday might be decent. And then Friday, we've got no news. So I think the best day to trade next week is going to be Tuesday, just based on news. High news impact days are the best. All right. Do you guys have any questions at all before? Like, cause like right now we're waiting for price to give us something, but any questions here? This is really nice PA right now because like once it starts inverting all this, just increasing like the strike rate of this trade. So this I'm liking here too. It created a SIBI. It rejected the downside. Maybe price can pop back into like the new week opening gap and then push higher. But let's look at the 15-minute chart for a second. Look what it's painting for us here, okay? Slightly different picture. Bodies closing below mean threshold on the 15-minute chart. What can this indicate? This could be the start of the push lower, right? And right now we don't know if it's going to go higher or lower, but a clue that it's going to go higher, at least to this level, is going to be the break of this, okay? So that's that. All right, so price is still kind of, and you can see here, right now we're between the macro time zones. It's not really doing much. It's creating fair value gaps, which is good. It means that price is a bit more explosive than high resistance trading. And based on my phone here, recently got a Whoop. So I'm talking about nothing now. So what it is, it's a fitness tracker, right? That's around your wrist. And there's a stress tracker. I'm kind of looking at like my stress levels during trading. And it's funny because it actually elevates. You guys can see that. But it comes to like 1 during times of trades. And when it's not, it dips down. So my body definitely does show signs of slight stress when I'm in trades. But it's not high based on the app, so that's good. All right, so now we're gonna keep waiting, guys. And sometimes when you're on side with the market, you're waiting for price to do something. When it does it and you take the trade, that's when I see as well profitable trades as well from our end, or at least from my end. Right? So we're seeing a bullish response from the high of the new week opening gap here. Let's see how it's going to start reacting to this, right? Remember, we want to see the 1 minute close above it, right? We are what? We're 2 minutes before the macro, which is great. Like, look, timing wise, things are looking good. The one negative confluence here is like the 15-minute chart here. Like these responses, I'm not loving, being honest with you guys. So this might not even happen, this trade. But if it does, then, you know, it's going to be hopefully, it's going to be at least like a 2 to 1. Okay. You want to squeeze it, maybe 2.5 to 1. So far, it's rejecting the first presentation fair value gap. Really nice to the downside. It would be nice to see this invert to the upside. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to drop a like. Would appreciate that. Gives me the energy, the battery to keep going. see. We'll see what price gives us today. We are 2.5 minutes till macro. And let's see if price wants to break this first presentation here. It's a large first presentation too. Like how many? It's 33 points. What happened to my RTH high? It vanished on me. All right. So I don't know where my RTH gap went. There it is. Okay. I think I accidentally deleted it. But you can see here, guys, look, price is clearly rejecting here. I don't think this trade's going to work out. Look at the 50-minute chart here. For me, this looks pretty freaking bearish. This might be an afternoon trade. This is a trade. It's just, I don't know when it's going to happen. I was hoping for it to break now, invert it and push up higher. But again, like these are the criteria that need to happen. Let's give price. Let's see what it does in the macro here. It's looking, see, we're above the new week opening gaps. Like we broke below them. We're back above them. This 15-minute is pushing price back down, or it's conflicting price action now. So let's get price a bit more. This is what I'm seeing here on the 1-minute chart. This for me here, these are relative equal highs. Right? These are relative equal. So our EH is relative equal highs. Okay. This is a nice rejection, right? Price staying in the lower half of the RTH gap, right? Showing weakness, right? Price rejected lower. Market structure, you can see here, like we just took out, you know, these very smooth bottoms here. Like these are called vortex candles. Someone coined it, right? But again, they got tagged. Usually I look at them like on a 1 hour perspective, not really on 1 minute. And usually price does tag it, but it looks like price went there. It's digging back into the new week opening gap of 7.7, right? Let's see how it's going to react to the mean threshold of this and the high of the new week opening gap of 7.14, right? Maybe price might do this, right? And it's weird because, you know, technically we never know what price is going to do. We just have to anticipate what it's going to do, right? The price can, you know, break lower, but again, for us to take a trade, high probability, it would have to do these several things. Stay above these levels, push higher, break through this. It's going to have to push away aggressively, fair value gap, come back down, retest. That's our entry. We go long. So it has to do like 5 things right now for us to go long, which is good. If you're chasing price, you're like, oh, I think it's going to go lower here. Taking a trade lower. And to be honest, that's how you blow accounts. All right, 15-minute. Let's see, in 8 minutes, if this candle here closes below this 15-minute fair value gap, this whole concept is going to start breaking down. I mean, we might close the stream at 11 o'clock if that's the case. Oh. 15-minute. Where can price go to? Okay. So I'm going to play devil's advocate here. If this is the bearish response from the 15-minute fair value gap and it's just been delivering fair value to this gap here, it might be targeting, to be honest, guys, the draw on liquidity. See these two lows here? Even though we tagged it by how many points? Like 4 ticks. You know, it did, but these are still, I think, relatively equal. In the retail buyer's perspective, relatively equal. We have this low as well below us as well, relatively equal. So from a draw of liquidity, I do want to take the scalp up, but overall, I do think price today is going to tag these lows here. Okay. I'm really hoping that price does something like this. Like now, it's going to reject, come higher, do this, and then afternoon Friday, it dumps and tags these lows and drops lower, and that's going to be the trading day. That's my prediction of what I think price could do. Or option 2 is just going to drop lower right now and just take out this resting liquidity here. Based on the 15-minute chart, again, that's these new week opening gaps here, you know, a bit tough. Maybe once it breaks all these levels, no, I'm not going to be looking for shorts later on. It's price has 10 minutes right now to show me something. If it doesn't, then we call it a day. If you guys are in profits, close your accounts. If you guys want, keep trading. Up to you. But Friday, NFP and payouts. You're inspired. Thanks a lot, Del. Del, have you had any recent payouts? Or how are things going for you? If I were to compare myself to the trader I was 7 months ago, day and night difference. And I started streaming like 7 or 8 months ago, and I thought I was good. Now looking back, I'm like, who was that version of Dominic, right? Back then. And it's just time in markets, staying disciplined, working out, eating healthy, right mindset, being okay with losses. It's all these like common sense stuff that you hear all these gurus talking about, but they do hold weight. And for me, this is like the key takeaway for everyone. I reset it today. First time, then price. ICT said 1 million. That's the most important thing. And all of my winning trades are, look, even this one right here. 850 macro start. 950 macro start. I want to trade right now. 1050 macro start. All of my trades, some of my losing trades are in macro because I have it wrong, right? What's this one right here? 11:30, lunchtime reversal, right? Technically the macro start, right? This was a nice trade I took yesterday. This trade. Did I take this or did I just plug it in here? I think I took it. Right? Bad trading time. If I was in this, I can't remember, it gave me anxiety. Grinding up account slowly. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, guys. Out of all of my colleagues who trade and the ones that are profitable, they trade small, they risk small, and they get payouts once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks, but they have a lot of accounts and they're racking in thousands. So, guys, 5 more minutes. Let's see if price, I want to see by 11 o'clock price getting around this level. If it's nowhere close to this level, we're going to call it a day. But right now, what's price doing? Look how it's nicely rejecting the high of new week opening gap of 714 and the mean threshold of, so this is nice. Like this is what I want to see. I don't want to see, if price starts breaking these levels lower, I'm definitely not interested, right? So this is like the last kind of cusp here. Price is doing some damage to the downside. It's going to push off these levels and then start attacking these relative equal highs. And then once it does that, show us some resistance to the upside of first presentation and we take it long. So that's that. Let's see, price right now is attempting. So right now it's stuck and like there's like a range. Right now it's in the new walk, the new week of 7.7. You can see, with pressure, it pushed down. And like we're in the macro right now and not a lot is happening. So if price does this over the next 4 minutes, I'll get off the stream. I'm going to keep watching until 10:10. But if you guys, and I'll let you know, I'll probably update all of you after, but if at least like 3 minutes before the macro, I see price breaking up here, I will be attempting that long to try to take a quick long. Okay. That's the only thing I'm looking out for today. And then other than that, we took liquidity to the downside, huge drop lower, NFP Friday. Technically, we shouldn't be trading today. Okay, guys. Price is fickle. It's not doing much here. I'm calling it a day. I'm going to monitor for the next 10 minutes, but I'm hungry. Being honest with all of you. Hopefully you guys caught something today. And if you didn't, we have a whole week ahead of us next week. No pressure. If you don't see anything clean, don't take it today. It's okay going into the weekend in a negative today. And I'll catch you guys next week. On Tuesday, I'll be streaming for sure. Monday, probably not, just because it's like a low probability trading day. And yeah, let's go. Let's keep stealing from the NASDAQ. I think there's too much money there and not enough money in our pockets, and we gotta just extract. So take care, guys. Talk soon and stay safe.